Hello everyone, I'm Cassandra
And I'm Mom.
and this is Millennial Mom, and in today's video we are super excited because we are here to finally recap Love After Lockup Season 3 Episode 1 Stairway to Heaven. And we've seen Season 1 and Season 2, so we already know this episode is not going to be a Stairway to Heaven. So let's get into the video.
Now we're going to start the season off with Scott. He's 51, Lindsay 27. He met Lindsay on a pen pal site. He started to write her, and you know what? He said, she's the one for me. He even made this corny joke like, when she comes home, I get to be with her. Sorry, you other 51-year-old guys. I'm thinking, no.
Like, I don't think anybody's jealous.
No.
At all.
So he is out house hunting for Lindsay for when she comes home, and
because he moved there to be with Lindsay. I was like, what is Lindsay doing up in there?
Lindsay is getting it in her own way. She says that, she's used to being with men for money and older men too. And hey, Scott fits the criteria. Scott goes on to say that he hasn't been in a relationship, a long-term one, but he's been in one off and off for 10 years, but he's not ready to settle down for the next 25 years for someone who's a train wreck. I'm like, a train wreck, but you'd rather have someone in prison?
The funniest out of this whole scene to me was the realtor. Because she was trying to be engaging. She was asking questions, not trying to be too invasive. Especially with the part was like, oh, well, do you mind if I ask, why she went to jail? He's like, oh, yeah, because she sold drugs. She was like, well, no, it's free. But he was like, no, it was crystal meth. She's like, ooh, well, everybody makes mistakes, child. I was like, oh, my gosh.
I mean, what else was she going to say? I mean, she was trying to make the sale. Well, long story short, Scott reminds me of Scott from the previous season.
He does.
Scott 2.0 with Lizzie, where he's sending her all this money, and
at least he really has money coming in.
So he thinks this is his soulmate. So we're going to ride with that for now.
That, and also how Lindsay has let Scott to be around her family, pay for her family stuff, her child. I'm like, so her mom is just okay with this? I was like, no.
Well, regardless of her mom, maybe she goes along with it, maybe not. But Lindsay did say he's helping out her mom and the little girl too. So, they could be a family, and who knows? Maybe mom's in on it too. Maybe this is how mom does her thing too. So you never know. Moving on to Jessica and Maurice. Jessica is 33, Maurice is 26. Now, here's the thing about Love After Lockup. I have noticed in the past seasons, our hometown is representing, I don't know why, but
I don't call this representation.
Well, representation on this show. There's two couples from Vegas, and I was like, why two? But here we go. Jessica met Maurice on Plenty of Fish. And she says she knows this is her soulmate and everything. The one thing about this that's slightly different is her parents actually know about Maurice. And they know that she's going to pick him up from jail. And they actually got married 6 months after meeting.
I wasn't really surprised. I was just surprised in how she met him off of Plenty of Fish. Like, do people still go on Plenty of Fish?
Well, clearly they do. I mean, his photos were on there, and that's how they met.
And she was swiping through the pictures saying, oh, yeah, he looks like the man. I'm just like, he just looks regular to me.
Well, you're not Jessica. Her family goes on to say that, how come you can't meet someone here or a lawyer or someone in corporate America? Jessica's not into that. Even her personality doesn't say Jessica's into maybe someone that's more corporate. She just doesn't give me that vibe. But what she did say, something that was telling, was that her sister, who is her older sister, who she's close to, and she actually said her family's close, stopped speaking to her for the whole time, the 4.5 years that she has been with Maurice, because she didn't like the lifestyle that she was living. And even, she doesn't even speak to her niece anymore because of that.
Well, because her sister said that she's not a good role model for her niece. And I can kind of see where the sister's going. only if the significant other disrespected her. But she didn't have any interaction with him, so I don't understand why she would have to cut her sister off. Maybe because her sister bought $2 rings, probably off of Groupon. But other than that,
Well, Jessica hopes that her sister can come back around, or they can get back together, because Maurice is coming out in the next day or two, and she wants to show her sister and her family that she's going to stand by Maurice no matter what.
So is that why she decided to take it upon herself to go stalk her sister in her mama's car?
Well, was it stalking or was it just watching because she was scared?
That's the same thing, Mom.
Moving on, our next couple is Kenneth and Christiana. Kenneth is 46. Christiana is 35. Now, Kenneth said he also met Christiana on a prison dating site. She has been in there for a little while, but they've only known each other for 3 months, and she's going to be released in 2 days. He's hoping that when she's released on her way to the halfway house, that she's going to get married the same day, have the honeymoon the same day, on the way to the halfway house. Was that right?
But also he's hoping that she stays in the halfway house, because that's how she got put back in prison the first time, because she cut her ankle bracelet off and escaped. Like, what did she think was going to happen?
Well, Kenneth calls his brother Cordell over to give him the news that he wants to marry Christiana and to help him make a wedding chapel and a honeymoon suite in his truck. I was like, now see, he should have lived here in Vegas, because we have all kind of drive-up chapels here.
No.
And his brother's like, are you crazy? Like, you don't really know her. But he helped him get it together anyways. And one of the things that I think is interesting, Kenneth said that he's been married 4 times and engaged twice. Now, to me, Kenneth is looking for something that he lost somewhere along the way. Like, something within him doesn't seem to mesh with what he's looking for. I don't know.
Not only is it going to be a surprise for her, but it's going to be a surprise for his 8 kids too, because they don't know that 1, he's talking to somebody new, or 2, that he's even going to get married. So when he met up with one of his daughters named Sapphire, and he finally told her the beans, she was like, the last time he did something like this is when he posted an ad on Craigslist. I was like, you have to be kidding me. For Santa to deliver him a girlfriend, and she arrived at his door.
Well, it's exactly what I said a moment ago. He's looking for something that's lost. There's something going on within Kenneth that he needs to find for himself, and I don't know what that is.
You don't know what it is, and his daughter don't know what it is, and I am very curious to find out what his other 2 kids who actually live with him are going to think about this, because I don't know what I would do, Mom, if that was you.
Our next couple is Chevelle and Quaylon. Is it Quaylon or Quaylon? Because he said it kind of fast, and I'm not sure.
I think she pronounced it Quaylon, so that's what we're going to go with.
She's 31. He's 29. Now, Chevelle is a single mom to a young daughter, and she met Quaylon from a friend of hers whose ex-boyfriend was incarcerated with Quaylon.
When I heard that story, I was just thinking to myself, this sounds familiar. We might have to drop a story time for that, but
another episode. So she's looking forward to Quaylon coming home, and she's sitting around having dinner with her mom and her brother, and she's telling them about him coming home soon, and they're like, what do you mean he's going to stay here? Like, what's going on? Quaylon has been in prison for 12 years. He went into prison at the age of 17, so he's missed a lot in life, and he even goes on to say that. But the family wants her to be careful because, in the past, when she was just a little younger, she was a aspiring rapper, and they met a producer. They moved to New York, and he stole like $15,000 from them.
When I heard that part, I instantly thought of Rich Dollaz from Love and Hip Hop, New York. I don't know why he was the first one that came to my mind, but it just sounded like something that he had done in the past.
Didn't we see him in the grocery store?
No, that was Peter Guns.
Oh. Still the Creep Squad. Now we move on to Quaylon. We see him in prison, and he's excited to be getting out, but he's also apprehensive because he said when he came to prison, he was scared, he was young, he was just wilding pretty much. He's looking forward to meeting Chevelle, but one thing she doesn't know is that he misses his family too, and he's been gone for so long that his family wants him to move back to Texas instead of moving to Kansas with her.
Well, specifically his mom. So I guess in the letter that he wrote her, one spelled her name wrong. That would have made me mad off top. Like, I'm not talking to you no more. You spelled my name wrong.
I mean, big deal.
But also, he asked her on the phone if he can go pick up his mom while they're going to prison. I don't know how I would have felt about that.
That's right. You know what? I missed that. You're right. He did ask her that. And she was like, well, I don't know. I'm unsure about meeting her because he said his mom is opinionated. I mean, I think most
that
moms
sound like you?
are opinionated, you know? So I think that she is also looking for love. She wants a complete family for her daughter, for her, and she's also ready to start a family with also her soulmate.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to work out because he's missed so much time since he was 17, and she already has so much life plus a daughter from all those years. So we're going to have to see with Chevelle.
Now, we have Sean and Destiny. Sean is 45, Destiny is 28. Here we go, another Vegas couple. Sean, to me, comes across as someone who is also looking for love in the wrong places, like the song goes. He's into Destiny. He said they met also on a prison website. This must be a really popular prison website.
I mean, how else would they meet? Oh, besides from a friend of a friend.
The only difference is he's never seen Destiny. He's never visited Destiny. He's only gotten pictures of Destiny. And he is confident that Destiny is who she says she is and everything. Now, when he's at work, he talks to a coworker. It's like, oh man, are you sure? Like, what's really going on? He's like, no, I believe in her. He said, well, you know, catfish things happen. He's like, what do you mean catfish?
Well, they thought she was a dime, so they need to pick which one they were trying to lean with.
Well, the backstory on Sean is this. He has 6 kids. Destiny don't know. I was like, okay, Sean, you have some stuff in your closet too. The 6 kids are by the same lady. He says they've been together off and on for 22 years, but he thought she was the one for him, but Destiny is his soulmate.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, especially because his logic behind going on this prison website is because everyone's so fake and they lie. Sir, you fake and you lied too.
Well, you know, sometimes it's different to your situation. You see things different.
No,
well,
absolutely not.
I'm just trying to guess what Sean is thinking. But while he's at work, the phone rings. It's Destiny. While he's on the call, Destiny's saying, you know, I'm going to get out in a couple of days, but I need you to go to the bail bondsman. I'm thinking, why? Why would you need to go to the bail bondsman before you get out? Well, it turns out that Destiny has to have a new bail because she also jumped ship along the way, didn't go back to court or whatever it was when she was out on parole, and they have to pay like a surety bond kind of thing. And he's like, okay, I guess. And he was like, well, is it going to cost money? She said, yeah, but look at it as like to secure our future.
It's a $50,000 future.
Well, he's going to do it because he loves Destiny and that is his soulmate.
All right, everyone. So that was the end of the first episode of Love After Lockup. We only got to see 5 of the 7 couples so far, but I'm here to tell you I laughed so much throughout this whole episode. I already know this season's going to be a mess, and I'm here for it. What did you think, Mom?
Every season's a mess, and I'm here for it too. But this season seems to be like the first 5 couples. Everyone is a mess with their own backstory to their love in Lockup. Like, it's already crazy.
I didn't know you was a poet, too. Well, let us know what you guys think in the comments down below about these couples so far. So make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can catch our videos posted every Saturday. Make sure you like this video and make sure you share this video to other people who watch Love After Lockup so we can get this conversation rolling.
Thank you all for watching, and as always, live simply, be grateful.